last September, we were sitting on our project management class, on our first class, and we had to come up with an idea, something that we can work with through the course. And we had this idea to create an AI chatbot for the students mainly, because we started from ourselves. We think this was a cool idea, but nothing more. But now, fast forwarding a little bit more than a year, and now we are developing this same idea as an official IT project within the University of Pécs. And by next summer, we are planning to go live with this on multiple PTE platforms. Sorry. And right now, we are here to share with you our story, our journey, and what we have learned along the way.
Okay, so first, let's start with the idea. I believe that every project begins with a clearly defined problem that needs to be solved. In our case, the problem was the slow process of the university's administration system. And to solve this, we developed the idea to create an AI-driven chatbot that is using an RAG technology, which means that it can help you retrieve the wanted section of the document that we store in the database. We are working in the university's environment, so we are using an on-premise computing, which is also very great for the data security itself. Of course, this chatbot is very efficient and accessibility. No, it's very good for accessibility too, but it's beneficial for both sides. It's beneficial for the students who can ask questions, and of course it's beneficial for the workers who work in the office, the university's office. Okay, let me tell you a bit about the journey. As Kristo mentioned, we started at the project management course, and now we are planning to go into the production, so let's hear about it.
Yes, so the first, but maybe the most important step was to create a prototype. Of course, alongside with the regular tasks that we had with our class. I thought that I really liked this idea, and I like to experiment with some technologies, and then I thought that we should create something that we can generate more feedbacks on our idea. And of course, it was a piece of crap, and it looked like this. So don't imagine too much, but it worked, and it used real AI technology. It could answer some questions, and therefore we got a lot of feedbacks about how this is working, how efficient it is, and how this really can solve some ideas, some initial idea and problems that mainly us students had. But later turned out that a lot of university staff and colleagues also have these kind of questions because of the too many documents and rules inside the university environment.
Okay, let me tell you a bit about the Spark that actually caught on fire. It's a really good title. As we have already mentioned a few times, we started in a class presentation in the PM course, and we had to present our idea to our teacher. And he actually liked it so much that he decided that we should collaborate with him and partner with his IT team and create a proof of concept project. And we started working together. And he also suggested that we should enter the iExpo competition. And based on the pictures that you can see, we have won it. Not only we won in our category, but we got the most votes out of everyone who entered the competition that day. So the key takeaway is that the concept works, and we found out that there is real demand for it and it's absolutely worth pushing forward with the project and worth putting our time and effort into it. Okay, let me tell you a bit more about the proof of concept project. We followed the agile methodology, and throughout the whole development phase, we had regular meetings. We often reviewed our progress and constantly analyzed how we could improve both the chatbot and our progress and our workflow. And by working in short iterations, we were able to test our ideas quickly and gather feedbacks from our teachers' side, the IT team's side, and that's how we could work step by step, and we move forward into the final product. And of course, in the next slide, Kristo will tell you a bit about the effort.
Yep. This proof of concept that we had with our teacher and his small IT team was really special, at least for us, or this phase, or this project, because we had to prove actually two things. One, of course, is the concept, of course, because this was a proof of concept, and our idea. But luckily, we got a lot of good feedbacks from the iExpo and from other internal university colleagues. So it got proven real quick, we can say. But the second thing, and what is maybe was more important, at least for us certainly, that we had to prove that we, as a students or as a student group, can actually build this thing, build this product, and they can trust us with this. And since I really believed in both of these things, I was really pushing for some opportunity, because we recognized that without some support, some budget, and also some support from the business side and from the university side, we can make this like a real live and production thing and production-worthy project. So I was really pushing for opportunities, and when we finally had to connect with the right internal partners, we have submitted our registration for the Smart University program. This program is to support AI and data-driven projects within the university, and in this summer, we have been notified that we are one of these featured projects that have been founded and supported within this program. And with this, in the 1st of August, a new chapter has begun, since we have become one of these 12 projects with some other IT teams. And let's see some keynotes and some experiences so far. So as you can see, we are not even halfway through the project, but even these 4 or 5 months, was really challenging. From one side, it was really challenging from the technical side. So we had to actually build a production-ready thing using AI and very innovative technology, which changes like every month or every 2 weeks. That's why we had, because of course we are not professionals, we have some internal but also external consultants who are helping us. And from the other side, because we don't have a cross-functional team, we had to actually collaborate and coordinate a lot of other teams. 2 other IT teams, 2 or 3 like business or management teams who are putting the data into our database and giving us some data to test. Operations, management, and so on and so on. So it's really challenging also from the business and from the management, especially from the project management side. And since it's like a featured project for the university, we got quite high pressure always on us the management and from every side. We had our initial scope back in May. Of course, that we will only make like a pilot, and we will have this for like 2 or 3 small organization a unit. Now it's like 5 or 6, and of course they are much bigger. So it's also really challenging, and we get a lot of pressure, and even from the management, there are a lot of also important projects. So we don't get to use the infrastructure, or we can't collaborate with some other important colleagues. So it's quite challenging, but so far we have met the deadlines, and then by next summer we are planning to go live with this. This 10 months looks like a very long range, but in this environment, in this university environment, trust me, it's not that much. So this was what we have managed to get so far, and now let's see what's the future has for us.
So let's look into the future, of course, and the future ahead of us. We are trying to focus on a minimum viable product, because having a very wide scope, it's not helping in this environment. So we are trying to set clear milestones so we can move ahead step by step. Of course, based on our key takeaways and the responses that we have got so far, we think that this project has a very big scaling potential. And if this can prove that it's worth working with it on one side of the university, I think we can move forward to other universities. So that's one goal for the future. But of course, we can expand on the functional side, which means that we still have to think about new functions, but I think it's worth mentioning. So in short, I think we had to start small. We had to build a strong foundation where we are now in the present, and we are trying to build and scale. Yeah.
And when we were preparing for this presentation, when we got to this point, we felt like something is missing, because it was like only 10 minutes. But also, on the other hand, that okay, it's kind of cool idea, or cool idea for us, and it's very cool that we had this project. But we wanted to share like some conclusions or some tip for the others, that what we think, how we made it work. And we were missing this point, because until this point in like October, we didn't look back once for our journey. So this month was really great. We really appreciated the journey that we had, and we have managed to get you 3 + 1 key factors that we think that were the key factors to get us to this point. The first is that I think we really found the right use case for this Rege chatbot technology. There are a lot of like out-of-the-box products with this, and a lot of, so it's quite a basic technology. But with this use case, that it creates value both for the end users, and there are a lot of end users, because there are a lot of students, but also a lot of internal colleagues who have to deal every day with a lot of documents, a lot of processes. And what we have found that these documents aren't built to like actually give information to people. They are created to like, okay, put down one task to our to-do list, and we can say that, yeah, we have documented it, but it's really a pain in the ass to search or find anything in these docs. But it also creates value, business value for the university as an organization. Of course, it creates marketing value because there is a chatbot and AI. We have a really big AI hype today, but also a lot of actually measurable business value, because if we ask this chatbot, then we won't write any emails or anything to the others, because there are actually a lot of people in the university working only to answer questions like this. This is what we have found out. The second thing is the proof of concept and MVP approach. So on one hand, we really needed to stick to the proof of concept and now to the MVP. And on one hand, it makes life more easier. From the technical hand, yes, we know that we don't need like 5 extra features. We just need to have a good chatbot that has a good quality, and that's it. Of course, on the other hand, from the project management side, it creates so much more challenges, because we have somebody to tell their very great idea that it should even make your coffee at home and everything, and we have to push back every second or every university organization or this small organization unit. But in the end, we believe that it will make us succeed, and this is one of the main things that made us here. And the third one is going step by step. So, of course, there were a lot of up and downs and things when or times 1 or 2 months that we haven't stepped a single step. But we have always kept showing up, kept putting in the work, the late night meetings, writing documents, of course, for the university again, and late night coding. But keeping this consistent, even for like more than a year now, I think is maybe the most and really the most important thing that got us here. And the plus one, of course, is luck. So we got pretty lucky quite a few times. We got lucky that our professor had a small IT team and he wanted us to collaborate. We got lucky that we have, or kind of lucky, of course, that we have been supported within this program. But you know, that's how life is. So I think that's not a problem. So now in the end, if you are in the same situation, you're a student or you want your first project to be successful, or at least to get to some kind of point that you can actually show something, we are planning and we are working on a self-organized student group in the Faculty of Sciences, which aims exactly this goal, to help you to get to a point where you can show something, and what was our first hardest but the most important step. Or if you're already in the industry and you think that this use case might fit and solve some of your problems, either way, please don't hesitate to contact us via LinkedIn or with any other way. And like this, we are welcome any questions or if you have any feedbacks or anything from us. Thank you very much.